He is a prisoner with a super IQ. He saw only Xiaoqiang in prison this day. Most people may think it's nothing. But in his eyes, 3U means a very important signal. The prison is very old. The walls are corroded by humid air. The iron fence has also been oxidized and rusted. This is the perfect condition for jailbreak. Lao Mo decided to give it a try. He took out the nail clippers, digging in the vent of the wall. Sure enough, it was easy to broadcast a corner. He was imprisoned in the strictest Alcatraz prison in the United States. It's surrounded by the sea and isolated from the rest of the world. There were people who couldn't think of jailbreaking before. Either killed or flooded S. No one can escape alive. There are twice as many prison guards here than other prisons. 12 times a day. You need to report even when you go to the toilet. So it's too early to escape. He needs to do some preparation. First you have to find a helper. It's a coincidence that you said it by mistake. Eat in the cafeteria the next day. He ran into the Hire brothers, the most famous in the prison escape world. Immediately engage in ties to get them into the group. The old Wang in the cell next door said immediately. Count me. Alright, the 4-person prison escape team has been formed. Let's start. Under the cover of darkness at night. Old Mo started using nail clippers. Dig a little bit for the vent. The old Wang next door helped him out. The guards will whistle to remind them when they come. But soon he couldn't dig. Nail clippers are too hard to dig without force. They have to find a more handy tool. After eating the next day, Mo read the sentence in his hand. A. He stretched the sentence under his shoe and rubbed it a few times. Then called the prison guard. Said his spoon was dirty and needed to be replaced. The comrades saw Lao Mo's wink and instantly understood. Go up and pretend to talk to the prison guard to distract him. Old Mo took away a sentence by himself. Ibu. R2. But this spoon still can't be digged, it needs to be modified. Old Mo continues to think of a solution. He ran into an old man with a hard market. Promised to give him the dessert for lunch. In exchange for a dime coin. Lao Mo returned to the cell. Collected a bunch of matches and put them in the box. Break off the spoon and break off the nail clippers. Use a file to grind the coins into powder. Apply to the contact area of the spoon and nail clippers. Finally lit the match and burned. The ends are firmly welded together. A jailbreak tool is ready. With it, you can get twice the result with half the effort. The vents are dug bigger and bigger. The entire fence is exposed. But the iron fence can't be pulled open no matter what. He needs a wedge to help. This thing is in the wood factory of the prison. The only problem is that the thing is stuck with metal on both sides. Once brought out, it will be detected by the metal detector. How to do? This can't trouble Lao Mo, who has excellent IQ. While he was working, secretly took a triangular wedge. But I was detected by a metal detector right after I left the house. The alarm went off. He just raised it up without waiting for the prison guard to speak. Ask the prison guard if he can take the clothes back to hang up. The prison guard disagreed and confiscated. Can go back to the cell. He took out another wedge from the heel. This is called Mingshou Plank Road Darkness Chen Kang. Then put the wedges into the vents and use carry. Okay, it can be removed. But it's not enough. Jailbreaking is not a day or two. Prison guards may come to check the guard at any time. The guards in such a big cave are not blind. Must have a disguise. I saw him tore off the magazine and soaked it in the water. Squeezed into a rectangle. Then glue it with mud to assemble it into a carton. Then he pretended that he wanted to paint. Ask the prison guard for the paint and drawing board. Sketch and paint this box and place it in the vent. A fake ventilation net is completed. Next day, Lao Mo desperately digs holes at night. Take advantage of the wind one day. Pour out the dugout sand. When everything is going well, the prison suddenly launched a surprise inspection. Also spot-checked Lao Mo's room. The warden walked into the room. The vent behind the box was exposed. Fortunately, the fake vents are so beautifully done. Can't see the problem at all. The prison guard moved out of Lao Mo's quilt bed again. Scan over and over again with a metal detector. Fortunately, no contraband was found. They are gone. To prevent accidents from happening again, Lao Mo decided to speed up the action plan. He handed the escape artifact to his teammates. Let them do the same. Dig through the vents of your cell. The other side intends to go deep into the hole to check the situation. In order to prevent prison guards from patrolling the guards, Lao Mo brought in newspapers and dirt again. He squeezed out a human head by mixing newspaper and soil. Color it and stick the hair. Put it in the quilt. Look from the outside, as if he fell asleep there. Everything's ready. He can close the fake through the vent. Let's go. Lao Mo followed the pipeline all the way to the top of the prison. There is no way here, I can only go up. But the bars are too high to reach. Have to think about other ways. Elle is here at this moment. It's weird to see Lao Mo go to bed so early today. The cellmate next door explained that he was sick. The guard was thinking that the baton accidentally dropped. Make a loud noise. Looking at Lao Mo, he still doesn't move. The prison guard reaches out to touch it if he is suspicious. Fortunately, Lao Mo has rushed back in time. He learned his lesson the next day. Brought teammates. 2 people set up the ladder and finally touched the skylight. But who knows that the skylight fence is much stronger than the vent. Humans can't open it at all. But coincidentally, there is a pluggable socket next to the skylight. This time Lao Mo is playing too much. He wants to get an electric drill. This day in the prison church, he found a small electric fan. Old Mo Linguang flashed. Yaji took it and put it in the box. But before leaving, the prison guard suddenly said to check a box. The teammates behind were extremely nervous and their eyes drifted away. Lao Mo picked up his box directly. Let the prison guard check this. The prison guard looked at his confident eyes. And looked at the teammates behind. He chooses to check his teammate's box. And what about Lao Mo? Swaggeringly holding the box with the fan. This is his super stress resistance. Go back to the cell. Lao Mo removes the fan blades. Replace the drill bit prepared before. Climb up the iron fence again. Bend it deeply with an iron pipe. Barely climbed up. This electric drill has a low power and takes a long time to drill. Finally, after more than 10 days of hard work, everything's ready. The real jailbreak begins. This night, he and his accomplices stuffed the dummy heads into the quilt. Climbed the ventilation duct to the top of the prison. But at this time, the 4th person who originally planned to go together. But I'm nervous and can't go anywhere. To the end of other deaths. I can only lie in bed with tears. Lao Mo yelled several times and he didn't respond. There is no way the other 3 people can only continue to act. They came under the bars. Pulling each other up the bars to the top of the building. But when I opened the protective cover, I used too much force. Only when there was a loud noise. Caught the attention of the guard on duty. He turned on the searchlight and looked around. Fortunately, Lao Mo and they are cautious. Hid under the pipe and didn't come out. The prison guard found no abnormalities. When everything is calm, the 3 old Mo climbed up. Avoid the searchlight carefully. Over the fence. Freedom is here. And the 4th inmate finally summoned the courage to set off. But when he came under the bars, the teammate has already left. He can't jump up alone. He drove himself to a dead end. Lao Mashang has fled to the shore of Alcatraz Island. They picked up the life jacket and life raft prepared in advance. Blow hard into it. Riding the night. 3 people rode hard in the cold water. Go away. The guard saw it the next morning. Why is Lao Mo still sleeping? I can't wake up. He walked in and pulled the light on and pulled with his hand. I found out that this is a dummy head. The prison guard panicked and sounded the alarm. All the prison guards are dispatched. Searched all corners of the island. Only found a chrysanthemum. The chrysanthemum family is looking for hope. It means that the 3 people finally escaped smoothly. The warden threw the chrysanthemum into the sea angrily. Announced 3 deaths. This prison that no one has escaped. Never allow any stains. Escape from Yakara is based on real events. Prison Break movie. He photographed a person with superb emotional intelligence. Don't be afraid to step by step in the face of danger. The AV goal is clear and resolute. Goal clear and resolute. Such a person, let me tell you. No matter what you do, you will succeed.